No stranger to lobbing cheating allegations at his opposition, former President Trump claiming this week's debate is rigged before even stepping on the stage.
Her husband's best friend is married to the head of the network, and they're going to get the questions. I've already heard they're going to get the questions in advance.
Host network ABC absolutely denying that claim as the nation prepares for Tuesday's event in Philadelphia. In case you haven't heard, both candidates will be standing at podiums with no live audience, no notes, and with all answers limited to 2 minutes. Mics for the respective candidates will be muted if it's not their turn to speak. Panel, we have witnessed recently the potential of a presidential debate to alter the course of an election. I think it's fair to say, given the razor-close nature of this race, that this clash of candidates could be extremely consequential. You think so, Marcus?
You know, I don't know. It shouldn't be, right? Because of the two candidates that were standing on that stage behind the podium, only one of them tried to overthrow the United States of America. Only one of them incited a riot on the United States steps of the United States Capitol. Only one of them participated in behavior that was deathly dangerous to this democracy. And so while the debate is, you know, theater and it is important, it shouldn't matter because the fate of the United States is at hand.
Take 30 because I want to hear from Chow.
This is the Democratic talking point.
I'm not a Democrat.
Marcus, well, whatever, it's your talking point. It's the same over and over again. It's not true. It's misinformation. Let me speak and don't interrupt
But
me.
don't tell Trump lies.
You're telling your lies.
No, I'm telling the truth.
Hold on. Go ahead, Gary.
Thank you. The debate is important, but we should be having more than one. I mean, if you look back in history over the last 20 years, we had 2 debates, 3 debates. Why are we only having 1? I do think these people need to answer questions. I think it's legitimate for Trump to be concerned about ABC, because if you watch their Sunday talk shows, they're totally biased against the conservatives and Republicans. It's absolutely true. I watch them every week. I'm hopeful that they will be fair, and I thought that the CNN debate with Biden and Trump was fair. I thought that they did a decent job, and so I'm hoping ABC does that. I think the rules are what we need to have, but again, we need to hear more from these people and not talking points and not prepared speeches read off teleprompters. That's why the debate's important.
Look, I want to say this. The facts as we know them is that when Donald Trump was president, he certainly did nothing to stop what was an attempted storming of our nation's capital. Well, I think that's a fact, and he didn't do much to stop it.
Well,
he may have actually encouraged it.
They asked for additional security for the Capitol.
Right.
Okay. So
go ahead, Chow.
Well, there goes Donald Trump again, redirecting, gaslighting the American people, creating this fury about all this conspiracy. That's just his MO now. We should all learn to expect that. I'm looking forward to seeing them debate, because I think the American people should take a look at the kind of behavior he's going to display and the kind of behavior Kamala Harris is going to display. I think there are a number of undecided voters, hopefully, who can see them on that stage together and decide for themselves who has more common sense, who's the right candidate for president. Everybody
on this panel has participated in discussions regarding the age factor. And Bill, I want to go to you. I mean, this could be a stark. No.
You're an expert.
Well, you have talked about.
I'll tell you, I just, you know, Gary, can you represent me in an age discrimination suit against Channel 26? I think it's going to be interesting to see. They both have very different styles, and they're both going to be tempted to go to their worst instincts. You know, and the question is which one of them can resist those instincts. I think Trump's instinct is going to be bellicose, attack her personally, and when he does, I think he loses the debate. Hers is going to be, you know, to be very defensive and do talking points, you know, even like about January the 6th, which, look, I think his conduct was shameful on that day. Dick Cheney, by the way, said that this week in his endorsement of Harris.
He endorsed her.
But at the same time, I think the American people have moved past that. And I think they want to hear about how are you going to affect these problems that are facing my life today. And so if we keep litigating, if one of them keeps litigating the past, I think they lose. The other one that brings forward a hopeful, positive message is going to win the debate. I think it's very difficult for Trump to do that.